Finally, a rated PG movie that will scare the living shit out of kids. ParaNorman. So ParaNorman is the story of this kid. He's kind of a weird kid in school. He gets picked on. He sees dead people. Yeah, he's Haley Joel Osment, only his name's Norman. Long story short, there was a curse that happened some hundreds of years ago. Now the dead are rising from the grave. And this Norman kid doesn't seem to have, Left 4 Dead 2, so he's not really equipped to handle this situation, but he has to save the day. So ParaNorman's one of these claymation type animation movies. It has that old school Tim Burton-ish style, and visually it looks really cool. There were some really cool effects in this movie, some cool cloud movements going on. Good depth of field too. The 3D I thought looked really good. So I gotta be completely honest with you about this movie. At first I was like, this movie's really slow. I understand the movie has to build up the plot, but I think 15 minutes went by, it seemed like 45. I was like, come on dude, pick up. Something happened. I know something's gonna happen. I see these flashes of dead people, which is really interesting, but let's do it. Whatever it may be. Then it happens and you're like, oh, okay, the movie's kind of, picking up now. And when the movie's going, you have good characters and some pretty good jokes. At that point though, you're like, this is not made for kids. Visually, there are some frightening ass scenes in this movie. I think this movie's actually made for teenagers. Not quite adults, although adults will be entertained in this movie. Definitely not for kids because they're gonna piss their pants. Teenagers will get the jokes, enjoy the movie. I think it's made for them. I like the characters in this movie. It's like everyone was in pairs. Norman's sister was paired up with this knucklehead. They had their thing going on. Norman's little fat friend, he was funny and cool. He reminded me of that kid from The Big Green. I don't know if you remember him. Yeah, totally who that kid reminded me of. In either case, they had some funny stuff going on. I like that. McLovin plays the bully in this movie, which, hey, go figure that. They're like, all right, actor who plays McLovin, whose name Jeremy can't even think of right now, although he's going to talk in the third person while he explains it, which is strange. People know your face, you're not a bully, but you can play a bully by voice. Yeah, you're a voice actor bully. That's fine. And he worked for this movie too. Now, among all these things that worked, the thing that didn't work for me was the pacing in the movie. The movie's interesting as hell. If for nothing else, I'm just intrigued by the story and the visuals and everything that's going on and the thing that Norman has to do, and that was all awesome and cool. But in watching the road of the movie and how it's portrayed and the pacing, I was like, let me guess, this is a first-time director. Actually, he's directed by two guys. One has a couple movies under his belt. Tale of Despero's one of them. But the other guy, yeah, total first-time director. And I think it shows in this movie. They're young directors. They haven't perfected their craft yet. So yeah, some of the pacings, yeah. But then other scenes will happen where it's not good, it's great. You're just watching it and you're like, things are coming together. I like the dialogue. I like the principle. I like the premise. I like the visuals. I like the characters. In the end, I'm gonna give the movie props. Is this movie for everybody? No, not at all. It's not a very fast-moving movie. It's more of a character-driven movie, which is really rare in an animation, but it's an animation that's not made for kids. It's made for teenagers and older teenagers. I think that's a misconception. Don't take your 5-year-old to this movie unless you want him to sleep in your bed, parents, every night for about 3 months. But with really solid characters, good situations, good comedic moments, great visuals, and a really good premise that I really dug, when I walked out of the movie after seeing the entire thing and processing it all, and you're putting everything together, I was just like, there's something about that movie that I really love. It surprised me by being deeper than just your average animation that's good for families. I will say ParaNorman is a good time, no alcohol required. If it didn't have some of those pacing issues that I'm bitching about so much in this review, this movie would have at least gotten by it on Blu-ray. It's like a nice shirt, where it's like, that's a nice shirt, but if you ironed it, it'd be better. So what is the movie or thing that scared the living shit out of you as a kid? For me, I'll be honest with you, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Bumble, dude. Freaked me out. So whatever you think might be a little embarrassing, trust me, it's not more ludicrous than that. Whatever it may be, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.